What's good, Authentic fam? Welcome back to Authentic Alphas. And today we're going to go ahead and have a little bit of fun. We're going to dissect and analyze some miserable, bitter, complaining, delusional modern women. So I guess thank China for TikTok. Personally, I have no use for that platform other than to exploit, very telling clips from the modern woman. So I figured, hey, why not? All around YouTube, people are using it to expose women's ridiculous levels of delusional. I don't know what to tell you guys, but anyhow, let's have some fun with it. We're gonna check out some clips and I guess laugh at them and learn something in the process.
I don't. Talked for 2 whole weeks to go on a date tonight. Ghosted.
Posting this on my main account or not because it's a little personal, but I've been speaking a lot about how awful men treat women.
You guys, I had a date last week. You'd assume it went well, right?
It's crazy how women can go from being sarcastic, after crying 30 seconds previous, and then they're being funny, but then they're depressed, but then they're hurt. But it's you don't know which emotion to acknowledge. I don't know if you are a depressed, victim that's suffering, or are you a condescending C word? I don't know, which emotion do you want me to nail in on? But I don't know, man. For all you guys that are just having too much fun with these, sad TikToks that these women are posting, and you guys got to get out of that revengeful stuff, bro. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Don't take pleasure in it. I get it. A lot of it's funny. A lot of it's what did you expect? But they're suffering, bro. So if men suffering isn't funny, then I guess women getting their dose isn't supposed to be funny either. But the fact of the matter is, when these women were young, whatever their attractiveness level was, they damn sure weren't worried about what women were doing to men. They weren't worried about how awful women were treating men. They weren't worried about how much time, was being wasted going in circles and not getting any results from a female that guys were going through. But of course, when it happens to a woman, it's a hate crime. How dare you waste 2 weeks of my time planning a date and then you didn't even want to date me seriously? It's yeah, well, how much of a guy's time, have you wasted knowing damn well you weren't going to sleep with him? How much of his money did you waste? Come on, sister.
So I do not understand men. I don't. Talked for 2 whole weeks to go on a date tonight. Ghosted. And here I am on a Sunday night about to give a relationship advice when I'm single.
I just had this experience on top of truly 10 plus experiences with men since I've been single. And I had a guy that I matched with that was putting in all this effort to make a date with me, planning the time, the date, the place, telling me all these things about him and how good of a catch he is and this and that, basically being what I call a boy in sheep's clothing. And because I don't think there's a problem with sleeping with someone on the first date, we did. But we also had a nice connection, and I thought we really liked each other. And then afterwards, he kind of ghosted, kind of didn't.
We had planned to meet twice. Both times he canceled on me. Twice. Both times he canceled.
All right, well, the older blonde chick, at least she's admitting that she knows nothing about men. The thing is, she's acting like she's a victim because she knows nothing about men. If you want to be in real estate, you should probably learn about property. If you want to catch fish, you should probably learn to be a fisherman. If you want to date men and secure commitment, you should probably learn to understand men. So she's a victim of her own laziness and her own selfishness because she never really cared to learn anything about men. At the age that she is, and she's been dating men and she knows nothing about men and doesn't understand them, that simply means you never really cared to because you were getting by on your looks. Now, the chunky one in the black shirt, she's oh, I've had all these bad experiences with 10 plus men. That means you chose incorrectly 10 plus times. You're not doing a good job of choosing dudes, shorty. So again, she's acting as if she's a victim of men when really she's just a victim of her bad choices. And what was the least attractive one whining about? Oh yeah, that dude stood her up after they like made a date and then rescheduled the date and rescheduled it again. Yeah, well, when women do that, that's because, you know, more important things come up or better options come up in guys. Like you thought you were going to go have coffee with one guy, but then another guy invited you on a boat, so you chose to go on the boat. Like that happens with guys too. Duh. Like we're also people. We also have opportunities that come up in life, and some are also better than others, and we also are going to do what we think is best for us. I mean, what the heck? So she's acting as if the problem is the guy, when really the problem is she's not that good of an option, which is obvious to the eye. Like she has a mirror. She's looking in her car rear view mirror right now. She's looking in her phone screen right now. You know you're not that attractive. You have the internet. You have apps. You've seen other women. You know you don't look as good as most women, let alone... let's move on.
But I will say, ghosting, there's no reason for it. Like, from a woman's standpoint, just come out and say it.
So we finally are able to meet up and we go on a date. Things go well. He asked to hang out again and I was like, sure, why not? Tell me why this man ends up ghosting me after telling me he had a good time and asking if I'm free again Sunday. But not really ghosting me because he's still watching my Instagram stories and still following me.
He came back with some saucy messages here and there, reactions to my stories, to my, you know, pretty pictures of me and stuff. And then I finally, to try to be like, what the hell is going on? I said, so when's our next date? When are we gonna get together and watch Survivor or something? And he was like, whenever you want. Like, I'll hop on a train and come to you whenever you want. And I said, you know, your energy has really changed. Were you only looking for something casual this whole time? And it took him 6 hours to reply, watched all my stories in the meantime.
Well, anyway, the biggest red flag that I ignored, which I probably shouldn't have, was his energy change towards me. Don't get a girl used to you saying good morning, good night, and then all of a sudden stop. I understand we're adults, we get busy with work or whatnot, but at least say that. And I noticed his energy change after he went to a friend's housewarming party.
All right, so apparently there's no reason to ghost someone coming from the gender that does the most ghosting. Hey guys, this is women. Now, what's frightening is that these are adult women. Like they're well into their adulthood and they still don't realize the concept of fairness. They still don't understand that, like, you know, you don't treat people too well either. So for you to be complaining is like kind of hypocritical when women do it to guys all the time and care not. But I tell you guys, the reason why is because on a conscious and subconscious level, women know that men are stronger than them physically, mentally, and emotionally. So when they do things, they don't really think it's that big of a deal because they think, you know, we can handle it, which is why a lot of you dudes need to stop acting like, you know, man babies and just handle it, make better decisions, navigate around it, accept it, and prepare for it. Okay, I read my comments and a lot of you guys be like sounding like victims yourself. Oh, it's like, dude, stop. If you know how women are, do what you got to do, level yourself up to however you got to do it, and then strategize. You act like when you go deer hunting, the deer wants to get shot and drug to the cabin and have his head put on a wall. You act like the deer just stands there and says, please shoot me. Come on, dude. Everything in life is competitive. So don't be a whiny little baby like how the chicks are. Chicks think things are going to be handed to them and everything's supposed to be fair in their eyes. Everything's supposed to suit them. So when you guys start sounding like the chicks, all right. So let's see the other, you know, the little somewhat chunky one that looked like she could be cute if she took, somewhat better care of herself. She's over here acting like a victim also, when you know damn well you set yourself up for this because clearly the guy is looking at your stories thinking she's smashable. If he's making saucy comments, that means it's in response to your saucy pictures. So you're presenting yourself as something that's just a sexual object, and he's obliging you. He's saying, yes, I would smash that. You're putting it out there saying, look at me, I'm effable, you know, I'm screwable. And the guy's saying, yes, I would turn that around and spank it from the back. But you're not like baking cookies. He's not liking those stories. He's not, you know, you get what I'm trying to say? He's not liking your wifey-like stories. He's not watching your, you know, stories with you showing all of your relationship skills and what you bring to a man in the sense of that. So you can't get mad at the man for picking up what you're dishing out. And the other chick really thinks that like looking at her pictures and liking her pictures means that he likes her. Yeah, he said he had a good time, but then something came up that was a better time. Huh?
Maybe I'm speaking for a portion of us, but like, I personally, or I think women can definitely handle it. Just come out and say it.
Hey, I had a really great time with you, but I don't see this going anywhere seriously, honestly. I wasn't looking for anything outright. Yeah, well, you could have told me that after you decided to sleep with me again. After you decided that you don't see this going anywhere serious. I don't know what has to get through men's little pea brains to understand that if you're outright about it, usually we're going to be chill with it.
The main point that they all share is that somehow guys are supposed to be just telling you up front that you're only worth sex, you're only worth sleeping with. Like, time out. First of all, do women up front say, hey, you're just good to like give me resources, you're just good for like validating me, you're just good for treating me special even though I'm not really attracted to you, I don't plan on sleeping with you, I don't plan on reciprocating anything, I'm just going to take advantage of the fact that you're like being very generous and giving me all these things that the guys that I am attracted to won't give me because I don't deserve them in the first place? Because that's really what it is. It's not like the guys that these women are attracted to are inherently bad guys. It's just that since those guys have options, they're not going to give a female something she doesn't deserve. Because they have options in many females, they can simply spend their time and effort on women that are worth it. But for these women to be acting like, oh, just tell me I can handle it. No. You know how you know you can't handle it? Because it's obvious and you haven't come to that conclusion on your own, which means you're in denial, which means you can't handle it. People are in denial when the truth hurts and offends them so much that they have to protect themselves from the truth by pretending it's not the truth. Hence the denial. You see what I'm trying to say? And then the chick in the middle there, who I think actually has the most potential if she just gets and keeps herself in shape and makes some smarter choices, she's like, why would you wait till after we slept together to tell me that you weren't looking for a relationship? It's like, wait a minute, why would you sleep with the guy first before finding out if you wanted a relationship? See how ridiculous this is, guys? But hold on, I'm going to tell you why it's actually not the female's fault. It's not their fault because they're not designed to lead. That's why. The man is the one that's supposed to set the pace. The man is the one that she's supposed to let lead her. But obviously, the combination of letting the man lead and also preserving yourself until the man has shown you by his actions that he actually wants to be in a relationship with you and wants to be with you. Now, the next thing is, how would you even know how to determine that? Well, a start is your mother keeping your father in the house, you know, to help her raise you so that you can handle those type of topics. Because the reason why so many women are coming to the dating market ill-equipped is because they didn't have a father in the house as they were growing up to teach them about boys and teach them about men. So like I said on an earlier interview, when I was talking to the ladies, that's like me telling a female, yo, get under the hood and tell me what you see. They're going to be like, I don't know what I'm looking at. Yeah, because you know nothing about engines. You know nothing about transmissions or motors. So if I tell you to look under the hood, you're going to be like, I can't tell anything from anything. But if a mechanic looks under the hood, he can tell me exactly what he sees because he's familiar with that hardware. Well, guess what? Grown-ass fathers are familiar with boys and they're familiar with young men. So they can tell her what to look for from experience. It's like when you don't know something about something, you can FaceTime a professional and y'all can go back and forth and you could be like, well, this is like this. What does that mean? And that person can tell you based on their experience. But when you don't have that lifeline, you're doomed.
When they say somebody pissed in the dating pool, that's an understatement. More like they had explosive diarrhea up in that bitch.
We are bad bitches. Like, we don't need you to coddle us. We are fine. Tell it how it is. Say you're not interested or you found something better. Like, there's no reason to just vanish because we know you didn't. Come on now. Really? We're all trying to find love. Just say it.
All right, guys. So I'm pretty much out. This was just, a little short one. I thought it was funny. Like, it was just fun. I mean, I'm pretty much guessing that this is all stuff you guys already knew, but it's always fun to dissect it and see where their mindset is at and where they're coming from. But basically, these chicks are all in the fourth quarter. Like Coach Greg Adams say, they're trying to hit that buzzer beater. And they're basically all looking for a simp. The thing is, women are followers in all things. They're not leaders or trendsetters. So what happens is they jump up on things like TikTok before they know the consequences of being on TikTok. Women do these things and interact with it, just monkey see, monkey do. Oh, that's what women are doing on it? I guess I'll twerk on it. That's what women are doing on it? I guess I'll talk about my personal private issues on it. Not realizing that guys are looking at that app too. and they're getting an understanding of you. Look how quick women are to give out their social media handles because they're distracted by their thirst for attention and followers and subscribers and comments and fans, that they don't realize that hello, even though simps, lames, and fans are the majority, the guys that you actually like also have access to your platform. So yeah, you benefit from that behavior from weak men that are the majority, but that 10, 15, 20, 25% of guys that you think that you can get, that you really, really want, even though you deserve more like the bottom 50, 40 to 60% of men. But anyhow, those top tier guys, they can see it too. All right. So they're not going to say, oh, let me go ahead and cash app her something. Let me go ahead and take her out and spoil her and treat her special and get nothing. No, they're going to look at it and say, huh, okay. So that's where her head is at. Cool, cool. All right. Well, she's kind of hot. She's not Saturday night hookup hot, but she's Wednesday night hookup hot. You get what I'm trying to say? So on a lonely Tuesday, yeah, I smashed that. You know, I Netflix and chill that or whatever. But come Thursday, yes, you're going to get ghosted until next Tuesday. All right, guys? So go out there in the field knowing what to expect. If you ain't bringing no game to the court, stay in the locker room, stay in the weight room, stay shooting in the gym and practicing until you're ready, guys. Stop jumping out in the mix before you're ready. Stop jumping in the pool before you can swim. It's not that serious, guys. Be patient. Do what you got to do to have an edge and an advantage, because from the looks of things, these women are out here like birds with one wing. These chicks can't fly, bro, so they're easy pickings. So if you guys are having such a hard time hooking up with chicks, bro, that means your game must really be trash, and you're wasting too much time chasing these broads rather than practicing your strategy and your approach. Again, I repeat, it's not that damn hard to trick these girls into casual sex. It's not that hard. And when I say trick, I don't mean in like a malicious way. What I'm trying to say is that these women clearly are giving up the butt before they secure anything. So all you have to do is just not fall into the category of sucker lame that's gonna fall for their nonsense. Just be ahead of the game, do what it do. If you can't even do that, I guess just be satisfied with being the simp that plays cleanup man. All right, because a lot of you guys are doing that too, so I guess there's no shame in that. There is a nice little demographic of guys that can't get it any other way than waiting for it to get passed around to everyone else, and then they get the leftovers. And again, I'm being serious when I say, hey, there's no shame in the game, because it's like if you can't get a girl at all, that's the only way you can get one, just like a car. If you can't get a car as the first owner, if you can't get a car as the second owner, if you can't get a car as the third owner, if you have to really wait until a car has been owned by like 5 different people and it's 15 years old to finally be able to afford that car, so be it, bro. So be it. All right. But for everyone else, stay on your grind, keep leveling up, and don't let these chicks play you. Don't let these chicks run circles on you, bro, because their game is trash nowadays. I have to say, bro, as a dude that's been peeping games since the late 80s, early 90s, even before I was old enough to like really get in it, I was observant, I was paying attention. Women used to have a hell of a lot more game, a hell of a lot more strategy. Their legs used to be a hell of a lot harder to open than what these women are dealing with today. So if you're having a hard time getting laid today, bro, you're doing too much blaming everybody else, bro. And you have to just simply find a strategy that works for you. Until I mentioned that this video was actually a request. I probably should have mentioned that, but yeah, somebody requested this video. He just wanted to have fun with it, so he knows who he is. Thank you for the donation, brother. No problem. I enjoy doing it too. Laughing at these chicks is a pastime when I have the time. Like I said, not in a malicious way, but hey, it's funny. What can I do? All right, guys. For any other video topics, go ahead and send the donations. Email me, let me know what you want me to holler at you about, and we're out of here, dog. Keep it authentic. Peace.